Thank you very much for being here today. So I represent a community that pays some of the highest rates in the entire country. Before I was a member of provincial parliament, I did a lot of time studying, even talking to the IBC directly as to why Humber River, Black Creek, in particular the Jane and Finch area, Brampton and other jurisdictions, pay some of, no, not even some of, the highest rates by postal code in the entire country. I went so far as to do some research where I worked with police, transportation engineers to look at actual collisions and crashes within those areas itself and compare them to other places. Are these places having more accidents? Not a chance, not even close. Is there more vehicular damage through crime happening at some of these areas? No. Why are some of these constituencies paying so much, and what is the IBC doing to advocate for a more fair rate for these communities?
I would begin by rejecting fundamentally the premise of your question. We know factually that your community does not pay the highest. We don't dispute that they are burdensome to the constituents. I think I'm going to get out of the way and let Ryan Stein handle this one. I don't know where to start.
Yeah. I mean, certain areas, like you said, pay more for insurance. And I'm speaking more generally. I don't have, the numbers from the areas you're talking about off the top of my head. But, when you go into the data from the General Insurance Statistical Agency, which is the statistical agency for the insurance regulators across the country, there are jurisdictions where there are more accidents, there are more people filing claims, and the cost of those claims are more expensive. And there are wide differences across the country. What it ultimately comes down to is where someone lives is an indicator of where they drive, where they go to the grocery store, where they take their kids to school, the type of roads that they drive on, the traffic patterns in those areas, and is one of the top predictors for the likelihood of someone being in a collision and the cost of that collision. Our view has always been that a lot of the issues that have happened recently have been because of the old rules that govern how insurance companies use where you live in pricing. Those rules were developed back, around 15 years ago. Populations have changed, areas have changed, and we think that those rules need to change as well.